What up, Epic Readers? I'm Jesse from the YouTube channel Jesse the Reader, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Epic Adaptations, a series here on Epic Reads where we keep you in the know on all the recent YA book-to-movie and book-to-TV adaptation news. We're getting ready to dive into the summer season, which means reading and adaptation news galore. May has brought us a lot of epic adaptation news, and when I say brought, I mean May really said bring it on. Let's get started. The first big set of news is the fact that we have completed our iconic trio for the upcoming Disney Plus series for the Percy Jackson series. In the last episode of Epic Adaptations, we met our Percy Jackson, who will be played by Walker Scobell, and now we have our Annabeth, which will be played by Leah Sava-Jeffries, and we've got our Grover, who will be played by Aryan Samadri. Here's a photo of the three of them together looking iconic as ever, and then we have this photo of them with none other than creator Rick Riordan. It feels so nice to finally have our iconic trio set in stone, and I couldn't be happier with this casting choice. Now, obviously, we haven't seen their chemistry together, but I have high hopes considering the fact that Rick Riordan himself has had such a big hand in this project. I was on the low kind of losing my mind when this casting news dropped, because I feel like I've been waiting for what seems like forever for this news to drop, and it's finally here. We have the cast. I love that they're going with age-appropriate actors this time around. No 20-year-olds trying to play like 13-year-old characters, and I'm excited to see these actors take on the characters that we know and love. Next up, we've got casting news for the upcoming adaptation for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is the book that follows the story of President Snow in his youth. It's a spin-off book to the popular trilogy The Hunger Games, a book that we were not expecting at all. And recently we received casting news for the role of young President Snow. Tom Blyth will be taking on the role of a young President Snow. Honestly, it's not far off from what I pictured a young President Snow to look like while I was reading the book. I'm very eager to see this adaptation because with The Hunger Games, in the book and in the movie, we were rooting for the characters. And in this one, we're not really rooting for our main character. I feel like it'll be really interesting to see this one unfold on the big screen. Next up, the book Keep This to Yourself has been picked up to be adapted into a TV series. This is a YA thriller, and I feel like it's very rare that a YA thriller is picked up to be turned into anything, so I'm very much so looking forward to this one. The story follows a town that's wrecked by a killer. They kill 4 people, and then they just dip. But now the killer is back, and everyone is scrambling to figure out who the killer is, but most importantly, they're doing their best to stay alive. Next up, we got our first peek for the adaptation for V.E. Schwab's short story First Kill, which can be found in the anthology Vampires Never Get Old. This adaptation will be dropping on Netflix on June 10th, so we're not that far away from it, and I am very interested to see this short story come to life. I loved the trailer, and I'm very interested to see how they kind of expand on this short story and make it into a series. I'm sure whatever expansions or changes that have been made to the story will only enhance the overall story, and V.E. Schwab herself had her hand in the creation of this, so I'm stoked to see it come to life. It's also been a second since we've had a YA vampire adaptation, and we're getting 2 so far this year. This one and then the reboot of Vampire Academy. I think it's time for the fanged teeth creatures to make a return. First Kill follows Juliet, who is looking to make her first kill as a vampire. When she sets her eyes on Calliope, she's surprised to find that Calliope is actually a vampire hunter and comes from a family of vampire slayers, making things a bit difficult. Again, First Kill drops on Netflix on June 10th, so mark your calendars. Netflix has renewed Heartstopper for 2 more seasons, which makes my heart very, very happy. I watched Heartstopper all in one go, and it was delightful from beginning to end. I left it filled to the brim with nothing but good feelings. And I'm thrilled that we're getting 2 more seasons because I honestly feel like we need 2 more seasons. We need 2 more seasons of nothing but good feels. If you haven't watched season 1 yet, it's on Netflix now. Definitely go and check it out. I highly recommend it. The Netflix adaptation for the book Love and Gelato is set to hit Netflix on June 22nd. This is one that slipped through my fingers and I haven't been covering that much on Epic Adaptations, but that's because the updates on it have been pretty scarce. But we've got a release date of June 22nd now, so we are locked, loaded, and ready to go. In Love and Gelato, our main character Lena is visiting Italy, and honestly, she's not that excited to be there. But when she gets one of her mom's journals, kind of going over all these things that her mom did in Italy, it opens up her world to this thrilling adventure in Italy. Next up, we finally have a release date for the upcoming Amazon Prime adaptation for The Summer I Turned Pretty. The series is set to drop on June 17th on Amazon Prime, and I'm hoping that it brings on all these summer feels that I need. I watched the trailer and I was 1, excited to hear a Taylor Swift song in it, and 2, just couldn't help but feel super excited for this upcoming adaptation because it looks fantastic. This story follows Belly, who spends her life looking forward to summer and her time at her little beach town. She has a strong bond with these 2 boys, Jeremiah and Conrad. They've grown up together, but this summer everything has changed. But sometimes change is good. Sometimes change means closing one door and opening another into more possibilities. And finally, the last bit of news that I have for you guys today is the fact that Love, Victor, which is a spin-off of Love, Simon, its final season will be dropping on Hulu on June 15th. Every episode will be dropping on that day, so you'll be able to finish it all in one go. Or take your time with it, because it is the final season, and it's kind of bittersweet that it's ending. That's all the epic adaptation news I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. It seems like we've got lots of crazy, exciting things happening in the adaptation world, and that has me very excited. I'm sure we'll have lots more news coming out this summer in regards to different adaptations, so look forward to that. You guys should let us know down below in the comments all your thoughts on today's episode. What are your thoughts on all the casting news that we got, the adaptations that have been picked up? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Before we go though, it's time for the question of the day. Hey, since we talked about a spin-off in today's episode, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, what's a book spin-off that you would love to see be adapted? Let us know down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next month with another episode of Epic Adaptations.